So, if God were to tell you to jump over here and slice my skin off my face, would you do it?
I would regard that as not from God. I would regard it as like a mental problem.
So if you believe that God told you to do that, you would, well, you're saying you just wouldn't believe that God would tell you to do that. So were the Midianites created in the image of God when God told them to go slaughter the Midianites?
Well, if you were saying back then, before,
Sure.
I believe
Were
in
the
covenants.
Midianites created in the image of God? And did God tell them to go kill the Midianites?
You want me to explain the covenants? No, I believe people can be. I believe that God can wipe us all out, or
Did God
or
instruct them to kill the Midianites?
Yeah.
Then why would you not believe that God is instructing you to kill me?
Because I'm under a different covenant, right? I'm under a Christian covenant.
Okay. Well, maybe you should have shown up at that Christian covenant, because what I asked you to do was solve this problem by appealing to God, and you can't. Because
I believe I can.
Because I just gave you a gazillion and 1 minutes to try to do so, and we didn't get there. Because you are just asserting that because they're created in God's image and you're created in God's image, you are under some obligation to not do so. But that obligation doesn't come from anything other than your say-so, because you didn't present any sort of model. You just said, God is, and because God is, I must not. And that is not a model.
Well, if you were saying back then, before, you want me to explain the covenants? Because I'm under a different covenant. Right?
Because I'm under a different covenant, Christian covenant. Okay.